It is, you guys. It is your girl, Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. Yes, it's your girl, Cadillac. Anyways, coming through, it is now April the 18th. Girl, good and gone. April, we are on the cusp of getting ready for Miss Money's college graduation. Like, girl, I remember when me and Marcello brought her home and she was right up under my arm, my little baby. Ugh. Like, girl, let me see, can I find some little pictures before we get started finishing this painting. I want to show you some pictures of my little baby. I can't believe she's so grown now, though. So, girl, give me a moment. Oops, did I do a Tamar? I didn't mean to do that little mouse thing. Um, Let me see what I could find on Facebook. My little girl, I cannot believe. And another thing I cannot believe is that Marcello literally missed her whole life. Y'all know that, well, he was able to see pieces of it from afar. But it wasn't like, it's nothing like being in her life, like seeing her through visitations and things like that. Okay, so, oh, shout out to my sister. Congratulations, named the President's Honor Roll. UCF, she's still in college, girl. All my mama kids stay in college, which is crazy. My mama broke that generational curse. She was the first in her family. And after that, everybody, at 53, to graduate with her master's. And now everybody just graduate. Like, I mean, literally her whole family. The next to graduate was, let me like this, because I do not have my family out there hustling, grinding, and actually making goals, and I sit back and just watch them and never congratulate them and never try to encourage them. This is my little sister. Like, girl, goodbye. Later for that. That's that old mentality, crab in the bucket mentality. We gotta congratulate one another. She is doing a darn thing. That's Juju now, mama. They first mama, since I'm the second. I'm the auntie, but auntie is the same as mama, girl. Ain't no difference. Okay, so let me see. I'm looking for my page. I got sidetracked. Y'all already know my mind just be all over the place. Okay, so let's find. I can't get to my page. Facebook did some changes. I don't be on Facebook like that, y'all. So that's why it's hard for me to maneuver through it. Because I stopped liking Facebook because Facebook is my family that is not as supportive of me. Oh, here's the perfect one. Me and my baby. Ah. She is so cute. Okay. This is me and my baby Money. I look like a baby on that picture, but that's my baby girl Money. Princess do sort of look like Money, but I think Princess also looks like me. Let me show y'all haters that think she don't look like me. Let me show y'all my baby picture. That's me and my beautiful mother. Girl, we got them jeans. My mama was so beautiful. And don't that look like baby Princess? Oh, miss you, mama. It's about to be 7 years since she passed. Me and Money again. Oh. remember taking this picture, y'all. 21 years ago. Almost 22, because she about to be 22. My baby. That's so... And what's so crazy, when I was pregnant, me and Marcella planned all her life, all the way out. We planned everything. From her prom to... we planned it all. There go Mr. Marcello with money. He was so in love with money right there. Pre-prison. So what do you know how you say AD or BC? So we gonna have to say PP, pre-prison. That was him. He was so overjoyed and happy. This is his booking, his first booking photo. Then that's his booking photo almost 10 years prior after that. Then now his photo is different. Well, prison intake photo. Girl, some memories. Just want my family back together. Like, that's all I want. Y'all will see me take several seats. If y'all ever see him come home, girl, you will see me take several seats. Let me find another little cute picture of Money, my baby, that is all our baby, that is all grown up now. Let me find a little... Oh, that one's cute. This was our Vizzo picture for a long time. I mean, my header on Facebook. What is so cute, Marcello has some glasses. He's had these glasses, these same pair of glasses. I swear he still wears them to this day. He has had them glasses for over, like, I would say 16 to 17 years. Those are the same glasses he wears. So in this picture, Money literally was like, Dad, let me see your glasses. And she put them on. So cute. This was our family. That's how we had to be a family. I wasn't leaving them, girl. You crazy. That's us over all these years. I'm trying to find younger picture of Money. That's why I don't get rid of my Facebook, because, you know, it has all my stuff. Like, it will be getting rid of all my work. But I just pop in and pop out, because I understand that is not my support community. Though I think it should be, it's not my support community. You would think. But that's what I get for thinking, girl. You would think that your family would want to help you, would want to support you, would want to do anything for you, especially if you do the same for them. But girl, that ain't how life works. Okay, so been trying to find. Me and Money had so many pictures together. None of these are of her. Like, where are my pictures of my baby? Oops, wrong album. My family. There it is. Look at my baby. She was always so... Like, she was goofy. Her mama goofy, too. I'm very goofy. So, Money used to love to have fun. And we used to go to a lot of places together. That's me and my cuz when I was out there rapping. That's your girl Cadillac back in the day. It was me and Money. No, that's when I was rapping with my little group, Cousins in Crime. That's me and Money. I mean, not me and Money, my nephew and Money. Look at Money. Money was so cute. And don't tell her she was cute, because then that's when she needed all the attention. You tell her she cute, it's a wrap. That's me and Marcello. About to go in and have money. Look at his face, y'all. He was so happy. He was so freaking happy. We were so freaking happy. But it didn't last a long time. It's me and him at Vizzo. Look at my baby. Oh, I remember this like this was yesterday. And before you know it, Prince is going to be that size. That's what's so crazy. Before we can even look around, Prince is going to be like that size. That's when I was out there rapping. This was my niece, my sister, my other sister, and my niece promoting my for me Cadillac. I made all these little shirts. Super rapping woman, Cadillac, hottest female rapper out Orlando. Girl, these shirts was so freaking bright. Those road worker shirts, and everybody, whether they tried to or tried to not, they had to look at me. Me and Money. I miss these days. Me and Money again. We both got the baby face. I ain't started to look older till I think after 37 or 8. Look at my baby. Oh, and she was in my mama room. That's when my mama was still alive. My mama and Money used to love to hang out. Look at my baby. Got her own baby. That's a trip when you see your baby have a baby. Oh, girl. I remember this. This night, I was working on a Monica Project Reach the World. That's how long I've been doing Project Reach the World. It's 2011. That would have been, what, 9 years after Marcello's wrongful conviction. We was hoping she could have came home at that, he could have came home at that time and still, he would have been able to salvage. This is it without the weapon. If they had a citizen without the weapon, he would have came home right about that time, and still there would have been time to salvage. But no, they threw that darn book at him. It's like, we ain't finna let you salvage nothing. We used to hang out every weekend. All my time I wanted to spend with my baby girl. I still do. This is when I was out there rapping too. She was my biggest fan. It was me and my cuz when I was out there rapping, Cousins in Crime. Me and Money. Me and Money again. That's when she got a little bit older. It was so cute. Now that's when Isaiah came in the picture, my first nephew. Well, second nephew. In a little stroller. I need to show him this, but look at us dressed alike. This is my Super Rapping Woman character right there. I made a hairpiece of her. Super Rapping Woman is single mother by day and Super Rapping Woman by night. That's basically what I had to do. Single mother in the daytime, at night I was no, I can't say that, but I was pursuing a rapping career in hopes to break my husband's story of being wrongfully convicted through means of music and art. And then also make a living to be able to raise our daughter, and give her the best, though, we were given less. I remember this. This was my mother's graduation, one of her graduations. I don't think it was her master's. It was the one right before that. Marcho was like, how many times your mama gonna graduate, girl? Look at Money. That's me and... Oh, is Money? No, Money ain't in that picture. Money ain't in that one. That's Money's friend, but I always had her friends with me. My nephew. That's a drawing I did of me, Marcello, and Money. He actually got that tatted on his back. He had me draw it up. That's us together. I can draw us together, but I can't put us together. That's Marcello. Baby face. He grew up in prison. All right, so now that we done got off the memory lane train, girl, let's go on to work on some of this painting. I didn't get to finish it for the birthday, but Money was like, please just finish it. Because I was kind of irritated and like, what's the point now? Because the party's over. But she still wants me to finish it, to frame it for Miss Princess. If y'all want to know why I didn't finish it, I do have a story time I can link in the description box once I get off of live. I can go back and link the description why I didn't finish it. So we're going to listen to videos as I work on this, and I'm going to try not to talk so much, girl, and paint mode. But we don't know how that's going to go. So we are listening to, let me take a seat. I am listening to Dr. Tracy Marks. This just caught my attention because I was going to do something else. There's a couple of them I want to watch from her. Change Your Negative Programming. Okay, 6 negative stories you tell yourself and how to change. I got that saved to watch later. But right now, this one caught my eye. And I'm going to go ahead and play that one. And then I'm going to get into, I want to play one of my videos. I believe it's 16 ways, because I just, I haven't released it yet, but I'm going to release it tomorrow. We just hit the anniversary as of April the 10th of Marcello being wrongfully convicted 21 years ago. We exactly hit 21 years on April the 10th. So on that day, I was supposed to read his verdict. Y'all know I have read his whole transcript, and I'm fighting, advocating and fighting for his freedom. And you guys are here with me and have been helping me, and I thank you for anybody that joins me and supports me. If you just pop in, just see what I'm doing, just see what I'm hanging out and with the kids, you still helping me get this channel growing to where I can, one day have a platform to tell his story. And what I realize is nobody is gonna, when I first started YouTube, let me tell you a quick story. When I first started, we can't say when I first started YouTube, because I literally have, when Marcello was wrongfully convicted in 2002, before internet broke, which really the first interaction with internet may have came, I'm gonna say around 2006-ish, with MySpace. The moment they made MySpace, girl, I jumped straight on there. I was making music, I was making videos, I was putting artwork, I was just at it. Y'all know in 2005, 6-ish, 2005, I met Life Jennings. And before I met him, I had a prophetic dream about meeting him and making music with him, and actually gaining recognition and gaining money to free Marcello, right? But I woke up and the dream came true, except for the fact we did not do the songs together. We did not make money together. I didn't make no money, girl. I'm still broke. Still broke. But that's that can all turn around just like that. Girl, broke today, success tomorrow. You just never know. Y'all know I got that song, If I Make It Tomorrow. It doesn't matter how long I struggled. If I make it tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long I struggled. Because that mean my grinding was not in vain. I had to wait. But with patience came triumph. So if I make it tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long I struggled. If he got out tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long he'd been gone. If he got out tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long he'd been gone. Because that means my praying was not in vain. I had to wait 21 years, y'all. But with patience came triumph. So if he get out tomorrow, wouldn't matter how long he been gone. 21 years though, girl. But I have literally been grinding from, like, I hit the road running. Like, how we gonna get him out? Like, it's just a matter of time. We gotta just do something. He coming home? Like, girl. So I started that MySpace. They shut MySpace down abruptly. I don't know why, but girl, I think it's because this before these algorithms, people were actually being seen. And I guess they ain't like that. They was like, no, we got to shut this down, make it where only few people that we have who are in our agendas get seen, and, you know, our picks and our chooses. Like, we don't want everybody getting their story out. So I don't know the real reason, but I could just say it was much easier to be seen on that than it is on these other platforms now. It's been hard as jail to make it on YouTube, and I ain't made it yet. So, I mean, that's your evidence there. But 2008, YouTube started. I hit the ground on that, uploading videos, making all types of stuff. I got my, this video was my coming to YouTube video. Let's play that real quick. I illustrated every frame from that video. I made the video, edited it, did the music. I recorded that on my karaoke, but girl, it sounded pretty good. I unfortunately had ran out of money because I was spending like all my money, my income tax money, like not all my money, but after taking care of my child and, you know, whatever Marcello needed and myself like that. Everything after that, I was basically putting into studio blocks and into recording and stuff like that. So let's play Hold You Down.
Yeah, here's some right here. This for my love, my one true love, only man I ever loved. You know who he is, boo. I'ma hold you down. I'ma hold you down. No matter what goes down, I'ma be around to hold you down. You was right here whenever I needed you. So now that you need me, I'ma do what I gotta do. And you was right here when I got pregnant, baby. You never once ran away from your responsibility. Then when I went in labor, you was right there by my side, holding my hand and saying, baby girl, it's gonna be alright. We were the picture perfect family till you got caught in the streets. You was at the wrong place, at the wrong time with the wrong homies. But I'ma hold you down. I'ma hold you down. No matter what goes down, I'ma be around to hold you down. I'ma hold you down. I'ma hold you down. No matter what goes down, I'ma be around to hold you down. Now I'ma write this letter switching over.
Your
Baby,
girl
and I'm
did
easy to
that.
use, but I'ma hold you
God-given
down.
talent.
I'ma hold
That
you
ain't none of
down.
me.
No matter what goes down, I'ma be around to hold you down. I'ma hold you down. I'ma
Project
hold you
Reach the
down.
World.
No matter what goes down, I'ma be around to hold you down.
Okay, so let me do the one more that I illustrated. 1020 Life. This is a poem and
1020 life.
illustration.
I'm in love with someone I can't be with.
Oh,
It's so
my
hard
work.
for me to let go. So I sit and I wait so patiently with the hopes that he will come home. When I lay down at night, I close my eyes. I pray the Lord sends him home. But when I open my eyes, the fact remains that I'm still all alone. It happened a few years ago. I looked for him, but he was gone now. Please tell me, where did he go? 1020 life, that's all I know. See, the Lord on my side is who keeps me strong. I dread the fact I must move on, but I got my life to lead, and I'm the one that takes care of me. Now the messed up party was snatched from his seat. Now a father and a mother I gotta be now. But when it's cold, who gon' hold me now? And who do I talk to when I'm lonely now? See, I'm in love with someone I can't be with. It's so hard for me to let go. So I sit and I wait so patiently with the hopes that he will come home. Before I lay down at night, I close my eyes. I pray the Lord sends him home. But when I open my eyes, the fact remains that
I'm still all alone.
Yeah.
All right,
Here's
so let's
somebody
jump
else.
into
This for my love. My one true love. The only man I ever loved. You know who he is, boo.
jump into the video I was saying we
I'ma
was
hold
gonna
you
watch.
down. I'ma hold you down. No matter what goes down, I'ma be around the hood.
But due to that injustice, I became a single mother overnight. Single mother by force, not choice, which was another song that I made. And I had to work overnight because Marcello was paying for daycare and I could not afford it. I was making minimum wage. And they took my other support system, my other parent. To raise a child takes two parents. I'm even with two parents, like Kiki Palmer say, it's hard as heck. So I'm gonna play this after her ads pass. And we're gonna listen to this because I started working overnight and I was just deprived. This is crazy. I went through heck, but I had to do it because I didn't have nobody else. Like, there, I couldn't afford daycare, but I had to work. So the only way for that to work was to watch our child during the day and then just work overnight and then go to school because I didn't want to stay there. I was always in school, go to school in the evenings, which means I got no sleep. So let's listen to this. It says, what happens to your mind if you don't sleep?
One of the things that can happen when we don't get enough sleep is it changes our thinking abilities, ability to be able to process information effectively. It can also impair your memory, and there's a couple of reasons for both of these effects. As far as the thinking problems and the memory, in fact, insomnia increases cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone, we think of it. It also contributes to the fight or flight response.
Lived in fight and flight.
But,
for years.
and so it is very useful. We do need cortisol. But what we don't need is elevated levels of cortisol just kind of sitting there, sitting around. Elevated levels of cortisol can cause memory problems or trouble retrieving information. And this is the same kind of decline in memory that we see with age-related changes. That's one of the causes of age-related or senile dementia, we sometimes refer to it as. So as far as memories go, It's the slow wave sleep that helps consolidate declarative memories, and it's REM sleep that helps consolidate procedural memories. Now, what are these two different?
And that's the thing. I never would get into REM sleep because of the fact of not sleeping long enough. I would sleep 2 hours here, 2 hours there, hour here, 30 minutes there. And once I've gotten through the whole day, it was no straight through sleep. So I never hit REM sleep.
Types of memories, just for your information. Declarative memories is the ability to remember facts and things that we've learned in the past, such as, say, a to-do list. I can, at the beginning of my day, have this to-do list of things that I want to do today.
Not forget it all.
And then as the day progresses, I file back and recall things. Oh yeah, grocery store, pick up dry cleaning, these sorts of things. That would be declarative memory. Procedural memory would be memory for things like tasks that you've learned, procedures you can think of it as, like riding a bike, or even something like learning Photoshop.
Photoshop.
A complex program.
Girl.
But
Photoshop. I love Photoshop. I am the Photoshop expert. Girl, I started a whole YouTube channel where I was going to teach Photoshop, and I was going to show y'all how I edit and do this and do that. And I have not created content for that channel because I'm stuck here trying to get my husband home, girl. Like, girl, all this stuff I should and could and would be doing if we could just get past this wrongful conviction, girl.
So learning things that you have learned and where there's several steps. And after a while, those things can become very rote, and it's not an effort to remember how to ride a bicycle, for example. So the reason this is important is
Do I
because
remember how to
when
ride a
you
bicycle?
get less sleep, let's say you only sleep 4 hours, who knows how that translates into how much less slow wave sleep you've gotten and how much less REM you've gotten. You've had less time in the laboratory forming these memories. And this can have really important implications for people, students who are studying, staying up late, let's pull an all-nighter to remember these facts and things. And perhaps you may be able to stuff some of it down, but you're really compromising your ability to really learn and remember when intuitively it seems that if you just spend more time, you'll be able to remember, and it actually works against you. So another quick analogy to illustrate the difference between procedural memory and declarative memory, for those of you who like technology, would be to compare it to the memory in your computer. The computer has two types of memory, the RAM, which is random access memory, and ROM, which is typically what we think of as the computer's hard drive where things are permanently stored. So for us, our declarative memory would be RAM. That's our ability to quickly remember things, keep a lot of things in our head. If you have a computer that has lots of RAM, gigabytes, several gigabytes of RAM, you're going to be able to run a lot of programs at the same time. Click here, click there, have
so
the
many
internet,
videos
email,
and
something
files.
else going, and hardly be slowed down at all. If you don't have enough RAM, you're going to click and have to wait, see the hourglass, and things might even freeze on you.
Spinning wheel of death.
So where do we get this RAM? Well, first of all, so taking it to the workplace, if you have the kind of job where you really have to be on your toes for most of the day, you've got people asking you questions, you've got to recall things that came up in meetings yesterday and be able to act on that information, etc. You need a lot of RAM. So where do you get the RAM? The RAM comes in the slow wave sleep portion. So it's that deep sleep, the restorative sleep, as far as there's lots of things that happen during that phase, but also consolidating our declarative memory. Then our REM sleep will be responsible for consolidating the ROM, or our ROM, our hard drive that keeps up with the procedures that become rote for us, like the riding of the bicycle, washing dishes, driving the car, things that we hardly give any thought to because we filed it away as a memory that's in our hard drive that we can easily draw from. So now that you have an earful about different types of memory, Suffice it to say that it's the forming of these memories and enabling us to be able to think and process and be sharp and on our toes is very dependent on how much sleep we get. So next lecture is health problems that turn up when you don't get enough sleep.
I'm just trying to make it to class.
Oh, it's over. Okay, so yeah, that tells a lot. I suffered through that. I can tell you my health problems. It was a lot of depression. It was blood pressure problems due to having not really resting properly, but having to be alert, you know, overnight at work, in school, paying attention. I got into trouble with energy drinks and stuff like that. Just always trying to stay up. Falling asleep at stoplights, trying to get home from work. I literally would have to sometimes, just before even trying to go home, I would have to lay the seat back and take a nap in the parking lot, which is very dangerous. But sometimes it could be more dangerous to try to get behind that wheel. Stopping at a red light and falling asleep at the red light, like, girl, it's crazy. Falling asleep when Money got older and she went to school, and I drop off at school and think I'm safe to sleep. And oversleeping and leaving her at school. It's in my drama life how they were threatening to take Money. And all of that due to Marcello being taken. Like, if he were here, let's say he were here, there's no way I would have worked overnight. I wouldn't have had to. We would have had 2 incomes. We could have afforded the daycare together. I can't afford it on my own, but we could have afforded it together. We could have together gotten her to appointments. We could have switched out. It could have been sometimes when he could have picked her up, or Money was in everything. It could have been sometimes that he went with her to martial arts, or to cheerleading practice, or to her modeling things, or to her school events, or, you know what I mean? Sometimes it could have been a switch out. But because, you know, it was just me, I had to play all positions. It's like playing baseball and you be in every position. How can I be every position? We can try to do that, but I'm going to get real tired real fast. But those are the things that I had to go through, you know, because I, number one, did not want my daughter to feel like she missed out on anything in life because her father was missing. No, that's not finna happen on my watch. Like, girl, goodbye. You finna do everything your little heart desired to do. And if you don't do it, it ain't gonna be because your father's in prison. That won't be the reason. So that's when I became a always present mother. Even when mama should have been somewhere taking care of herself, keeping herself together. I was just always there. Yep. So now we're going to get into a video that I did since upon reading the verdict that will come out later. I'm going to release this, of course, is already out because it's live. The other one was a live, but I didn't release it. But I read his verdict in honor of the anniversary of 21 years of his wrongful conviction. Where's my playlist? So now I want to play the video, 16 Ways His Public Defender ensured his wrongful conviction, because his public defender basically worked against him. And without him, Marcello stood more of a chance to actually win his trial, because they had no evidence on him. They had nothing. He was botched. His case was botched from beginning to end, starting with the officers tampering with the case and getting rid of his evidence, to them suppressing surveillance tapes, to the alleged victims lying, first running off, trying to run away. But when it wasn't successful in them running away, because Marcello's own lawyer ran behind them to go get them and drag them to court, they came to court and lied, because they didn't know what the real truth. They knew the real truth, but they didn't know. They couldn't tell the same exact false story. It's very hard to tell the same exact false story. It's very easy to tell the same story if it's true, because everybody can account what really happened. Now, there could be a few little things that are different because it's a different vantage point, but ultimately, most of the story is gonna, coincide with one another. But in Marcello's case, it's all these different stories. That's because nobody is really telling the truth. That's why they're so conflictive. So where is the one Marcello? I want to do 16 ways. I'm looking for the video. Then I get back to painting. I've been working a long time. And so far, it looks like all my work is in vain. But you know what? God can make it all come together. He can take all these broken pieces and make it a beautiful masterpiece. I cannot find that video. I don't remember. Now, okay, let's do it this way. Let's search my channel. I hate doing that because it searches all YouTube and they don't have me far enough on the search. That it will actually return the video I'm looking for. See? None of the videos are what I'm looking for. And I gotta go to sleep soon. I'm sorry. I do have my workshop in a few hours. Playlist I put it in. I'm gonna start working harder on, because I got so many videos. I gotta work harder at separating my material and putting it into playlists. Please be the video. Here it is, finally. Okay, how his own public defender helped him get convicted, more than just trying to force him to plea. So here we go. This is the thumbnail back then when I returned to YouTube in 2020. I was doing everything. I was making thumbnails. I was doing keyword research, doing everything. So that's how my channel used to be. But then I realized I was doing that all in vain because there wasn't nobody even watching the videos, girl. So I stopped all that thumbnail making. But that's one of my Photoshop pieces, the thumbnail. So let's play this. 16 ways his public defender failed him. And then I'm going to finish working on this Gracie picture.
That testimony, actually that she gave in that affidavit, in that case, I could have been called to court. I should have been called to court because what she said, that was not so. I know because I was with him all the time right up until this stuff ended up happening.
We used to have an animated intro. Super rapper woman.
Hey guys, what it is, I am back, and I was telling you about how I was going to start getting into the public defender and his role in actually getting that wrongful conviction for Marcello. And as I went to write all my ideas out, first off, y'all, only got this bun on for y'all. I only put it on for y'all. Soon as this video's done, I'm pulling that thing off. So y'all are special. Anyway, so I'm going to read to you the list of things that I came up with because I was writing out all my ideas. I want to know what videos exactly I want to make. I want to stop winging this. Not that I was winging it from the beginning, but each time I do a video, upload a video, just like my Sean Cannell courses say, just each video needs to get 1% better. If you get 1% better with each upload, you're doing good. And I think I'm getting 1% better as we go. Okay, so I'm going to read to you the topics. And when I thought about it, I'm like, dang, that's actually a list of all the things that this man did wrong. And as I'm looking at it, the list is long as heck. So this is just an overview, like a table of contents, if you will. But these are a lot of things that, show you, build the case that this guy was not working for Marcello at all. Okay, so I'm going to read to you the list of things. All right, so the first thing, actually, how can I do this? Let's change sides, maybe. My background got my little shelf thing, and that's not that cute. Let me see how I can figure this out. Okay. So I'm going to read. Maybe if I just cleared the shelf off. Okay. I'm going to start this video off with what actually happened after I contacted that public defender 11 years later. And I guess I could tell a little bit of this story. I want to go deeper into it, but long story, very, very short. I will tell it in its entirety later. But when Marcello was sent away, the public defender was like, oh, don't worry about it. He'll only do about 10 years. And I'm like, 10 years? He's like, yeah, he'll only do about 10 years on that time. So really 10 years later, 11 years later, matter of fact, I was like, hey, what happened to the 10 years? What happened? What's going on? So I contacted the public defender back, and I called. I had got in touch with his legal secretary, and the secretary was like, okay, she took my information, this, and that, and she said he will get back to you. So, because I was kind of explaining, because she was like, can I help you? And my bad. That's for the other video. Why am I going so deep into it? No, that's later. I'll tell you later. But anyway, all in all, this man contacted me back. I was like, what's going on? It's been over 10 years. You said he would only do about 10 years. And he was like, well, first of all, which was crazy, I did not think he remembered me nor Marcello. As I went on to explain, I started out trying to explain who I was, and he was like, I know who you are. I know who he is. I will never forget that case. And I'm like, wow, okay. He was like, yeah, that case is why I don't even do criminal law anymore, because of that case. He said back then all they were doing was railroading black men. That's all they were doing. And he said he no longer had it in his heart to do that. Crazy. 11 years later. That's what that man told me on that phone. Okay, but I'm going to go into a list. So that was the first bullet point of his defense. Like, you're pretty much admitting that. Anyway, let me get into this list before my phone cuts on. Okay, so after that, what he said to me 11 years later. First, the initial public defender that was switched. When Marcello first went to trial, they gave both parties the same public defender. And the public defender had said that he cannot, defend both sides of the trial, opposing, sides of the trial. So he's going to have to get rid of one of his clients, which was Marcello. I wonder what role that played in it. Like, maybe we would have gotten better defense, but who knows, with public defenders. But we may have gotten a better defense with the other. But he was switched initially. Okay, 2, the public defender just wanted Marcello to plea. That's all he just kept on harping on. Just take the plea, take the 17 years, take it. Like, really, why didn't we build defense? Why weren't we spending any of that time trying to build this case? All it was, are you going to take plea? No. Are you going to take plea? No. Are you going to take plea? No. Take plea, take plea, take. Like, really? That's it? That's all you want? Take the plea? Okay, number 3. He wouldn't call witnesses to court because they were said to not be credible. But after Marcello was convicted of this crime, he served me papers right outside the courtroom saying, here, this is something that helped convict Marcello. And you know what that something was? It was a written statement from that witness that he told was not credible and could not be called to court, but they took her written affidavit. But that makes completely no sense. I don't even know if that's... How do you do that? I don't understand that. But that testimony, actually, that she gave in that affidavit, in that case, I could have been called to court. I should have been called to court. Because what she said... that was not so. I know, because I was with him all the time right up until this stuff ended up happening. Number 4, there were letters that I found that I turned in to the public defender. I gave them to him. It was concerning that witness, and I don't know what happened to those letters. Those letters told a lie, and most likely the public defender destroyed them. They were never brought up. They were never shown in court, nothing. Us being stupid, we should have copied those letters. We should have did something. Why give the originals to this man? He should have only held a copy. But that just goes to show how we really believed in him, thought, oh my God, if I can go back and slap myself, but I can't. And slap Marcello too. I need to slap him too. Shoot. Anyways. Okay. Number 5. Oh, I already touched on that. How did I get to that? That was what was served to me post-conviction about a witness that, in respects to his whereabouts when he was actually with me. This person lied and said that he was with them, and he was not with them. He was with me. They were basically saying that he was about to commit a robbery, as they were together, and they were not together because he was with me in my presence. But I think I just repeated that one. But hey, it needs to go deeper into that. Number 6. not pulling surveillance cameras. Like, why didn't they pull the surveillance cameras? Even if Marcello was lying, you want to pull them so that you can know that, oh yeah, he's lying. They wouldn't pull them. They said they did not have enough money to pull it. Okay. Him telling Marcello to lie on the witness stand if he did not take the witness stand. Marcello definitely wanted to take the witness stand. He wanted to defend himself. He wanted to tell what happened in his own words. But the lawyer, the public defender, kept convincing him that you don't want to take that witness stand. Okay? The public defender himself lying. He lied, and I knew he was lying. It was certain things that he was lying about. He said he didn't even know Marcello had a family or a child. How is that? You see my child every single time, like trying to play Marcello off as somebody that, he's this rough thug that nobody cares about anyway. Like, you knew, stop lying. But he lied about certain things. And that just goes back to his credibility. Number 10 is his very weak defense. Oh my gosh, he might as well not even put up a defense. The defense that he put up was so weak. And it was based around a smiley face. It was the weakest defense ever. All the stuff that they had in Marcello's favor, he didn't bring forth none of that. He put up this weak defense. So that is number 10. Number 11 is his weird and crazy interactions with the prosecutor. Like, dude, I know, like, that's crazy. Like, you would think they had some type of relationship outside of being a prosecutor and a public defender. The way they were just laughing and giggling with each other in between, like, recess and in between, like, the court sessions. And I'm like, dang, that made me think this was like a soap opera. And that's like the commercial, like, that's behind the scenes. But in real life, hey, no, my client didn't do this. But behind the scenes, y'all laughing and giggling, like, that was crazy. Like, that made no sense. I know they had some type of relationship. It could have been buddy. It could have been whatever. But there was something deeper than prosecutor and public defender. And he didn't look at all as though he was against her. It looked as though they were on the same side. Crazy. The number 11 thing that actually makes me believe that this guy was not working in Marcello's favor was the point that he went out of town to go get these two witnesses / victims. They did not want nothing to do with this crime. They moved to 2 different states outside of Florida. They left after this crime happened. Alleged crime happened. They left. They didn't show up to the first trial at all. They didn't want nothing to do with it. So Marcello's own public defender said he's going to go out of town and try to get them to come to court. Now, that made no sense to me because they were saying that if they didn't show up for the second trial, they would have to drop all charges against Marcello. So how is it that Marcello's own lawyer is trying to get them to come to trial? That is not in his client's best interest. That was kind of crazy. But then it also led me to think, how the heck you got money to be getting on planes and stuff? 2, because you had to go to this state, then you had to go to that state to go get these people.
Correction. It was a different state. We're in Florida. The Marcello's public defender, once trial had come and they didn't show up, they were supposed to let Marcello go because there was nobody to press the charges, because they had moved away. They moved from Florida to Vermont, and it was 2 different cities in Vermont that they moved to, and Marcello's own lawyer petitioned the court. He didn't petition the court for money to pull surveillance, but he petitioned the court for money to go out of town to subpoena the two, to put the subpoena actually in their hand, because he knows that when he was sending it out, because he sent the subpoenas out like 3 times prior to each, and it was all rejected and returned. So he knew that he was going to have to serve them in person. Now, I don't know if that was served like, hey, here's your subpoena, or was it served with a threat? Who knows what it was served with, but he got those subpoenas in their hands. And he labeled it as preparing for trial, preparing case. How is that preparing case when your case was won? Had you did nothing, your case would have been won. He continued the case. He put a motion to continue. And then he went out of town to subpoena these guys. He left Florida and went to Vermont, to City 1, subpoenaed the guy in person, and then City 2, and subpoenaed that guy. So without his help, the conviction of Marcello Jackson wouldn't have happened. So it was like he basically was playing on both sides. He was playing both sides of the field. He was acting as though he was there fighting for Marcello, when behind the scenes, he's the one that's ensuring this conviction. So that was the correction. But this was recorded in 2020.
But yet you don't have enough money. You told me you didn't have enough money to pull 7-Eleven surveillance. How? So you use your own pocket money to go out of town to go get these people to court? Really? That don't make sense. Oh, I think I put them together. So that was 11 and 12. It was him going out of town to get them, and then the 12 was that's going against your client's own best interest. That doesn't make sense. So those are going to be separate videos. Okay, number 13 is he told us that he couldn't have defended Marcello no more than he did. Like, he said he went to bat for Marcello. And even if he was a paid lawyer, because we thought that, hey, the reason we got this result was because we didn't go to court with a paid lawyer. Because remember that paid lawyer that we had at first? He got Marcello off on bond.
Rest in peace,
but
Michael
we couldn't
December.
afford to keep him. And when that lawyer found out that the trial was lost, he was like, huh? How could he have lost such an easy case? And that guy was excellent. I just kept saying how I was going to raise enough money to finally get him. I believe it was 2017. He did pass away, though. Rest in peace. But he was an awesome guy. And he said that he believed Marcello was innocent. So I wanted to go into that on number 13. Yeah, he said if we had paid him, he wouldn't have. So he was trying to say, it's not you're getting this lousy defense because you're not paying me. I'm doing the best I can do, which I know is not the reason. If we were a paid client, he may have took this serious, but because we didn't have money, and a lot of legal issues depend on you having money. It doesn't make sense, but that's what it is. Number 14, I want to kind of dig and research on this public defender. What is his track record? Is there a lot of convictions behind him? Is it a lot of, more so, is there a lot of pleas behind him? Because I believe a lot of his clients probably didn't go to trial. They probably pleaded out. There's a lot of lawyers that are known to just want you to take pleas. So was he one of those that have a whole lot of clients that did pleas? Or did they all take it to trial and lose like Marcello? Wonder. Number 15. Why wasn't he the one that filed? Now, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to go or what, but why wasn't he the one that filed the appeal for Marcello? Because he told us, like, as soon as it was over and he lost this case, he was like, no, you got to get somebody else. You got to get somebody that's going to fight for his life. Like, why didn't he continue on in the appeals process? And instead, we ended up getting turned over to an appeals public defender for the appellate court, and you know how that turned out. Oh, yeah, that does tie into number 15. So he went to the appeals public defender, and that didn't do any good. The man was saying that he didn't have any money. He didn't do anything. He did zero. That's all he did. He didn't do anything. And Marcello was never granted the appeal because I guess he did the zeros. Zero. It was like Marcello's life was in their hands. You see that? Look at my hand. Marcello's life was like that. And they were like, throw
Let
it
me
away.
show y'all that again.
Yeah, my hand. Marcello's life was like that. And they were like, throw it away.
Threw him away.
Yeah. Didn't matter. Almost like an ant. You know, you step on an ant or kill an ant and you don't really care because it's an ant. That's what it seems like. Oh, and I jumped ahead of myself. So number 16 was actually what Marcello's initial lawyer said, that first paid wasn't public defender, first paid awesome attorney said that he was like, this case, there's no way that he should have lost this case. They didn't have evidence against Marcello. They have no tangible evidence. And you got the eyewitnesses, but the eyewitnesses admit on the stand in court that they were drinking that night. They were drinking the night in question, and they say they quickly sobered up, and they ID'd Marcello. And going into an ID, it was no ID lineup. From what we heard, it was a picture, and they showed the picture. Is this the guy? Yes, that's the guy. That's it. And lastly, number 17, I want to find out more about, because remember, this man said he's not a public defender. He said he's a crime specialist. That leads me to think that you have some type of specialty in that division. So it's like, I want to challenge that, because if you're that good, how do you lose this case? How? Why? Matter of fact, I don't think it's how. We know how. But why? And I know the why. I wonder, do you know the why? Why did he lose Marcello's case? And he's a crime specialist. All right, so that's it for now. I told Marcello, I let him hear the little list. He's excited. He's like, thank you for advocating for me. And I'm like, it's not even that. That sounds like business client advocating for him. That's what that sounds like. That is my heart. I've had to live without my heart for years. I'm tired of living without my heart. I'm tired of being silenced. Keita, let go what you want most in life. Telling him to let go and just accept this. This is captivity. Why does he have to be held just captive? Why? Just let that go. If that's the case, if you were held captive, or if your love that you living life with is just taken from you, do you just let it go? And if you do, I don't think you love that person that much. If you do, you can't love them that much as you say, if you just let it go. So I'm gonna fight.
It's just easy to say that.
I'm gonna fight until
you're in the hot seat.
Can't find no more hope from nowhere, or until I take my last breath. Hopefully, I ain't gotta fight like that.
I'm gonna fight till I get them home.
Me fight and mentioning his name. And if the least you can do, you can share.
Trying to put the pieces of my family back together. To get him back, man, I'm going to do whatever. Because I made this vow that I would stay with him forever. And I ain't going to stop until the moment we together. Yeah, it's your girl, Cadillac.
One of my videos. You can like it. If you don't want to like it, if you don't want to share it, you can watch it. I get watch time hours. If I get more watch time hours, YouTube will start showing it to other people. So there's multiple ways you can help. You can sign the petition that's in the description box. There's many ways you can help. If you're embarrassed to be a part of it, then there's silent ways you can help. There's big ways you can help. There's so much you can do in this situation. Don't think that I just wish I could help her. You can help me. You can help me. You can. So please, if you can, just ask me, Kita, how can I help? And I'll let you know. You can help. Thank you. It's your girl, Cadillac.
You can help, but will you
I
help?
almost forgot, like usual, I got a song about that. This was actually my very first song that I wrote about Marcello and his case.
Wow.
Crazy. I called him my baby daddy. That was the name of the song. For the longest, I called it my baby daddy. But anyway, here we go. I'm just going to give you a little bit of it. They picked him up and locked him up, gave him a case number, humiliate him, son. They sent him away without no bond. Changed his name to a DC number, gave him one call to his mom. Tell him we ain't taking this, need to tell him we can't have this here. They picked him up and locked him up, gave him a case number, humiliate him, son. They sent him away without no bond. Changed his name to a DC number, gave him one call to his mama. We need to tell him we ain't taking it. Tell him we can't have this here. It's too bad he had a public defender, a prison deliverer. Took his felony case to trial. Now we sit back wondering how he didn't get acquitted. They had no gun, no press, no evidence. Yeah. It's your girl, Cadillac.
The part I left off was, now they gave him all his strikes and they done sentenced him to natural life, but he ain't the only one doing the time. Me and his daughter left trying to survive. Thank you. He ain't the only one doing the time. Me and his daughter, and now his granddaughter, are left trying to survive. All right, guys. I think this is going to be it for my paint session tonight. Right now, the picture looking real crazy because I think I picked the wrong shade. This is like an ashy brown, girl. But it's going to look good once I've finished. It's just this paint. Like I said, I probably needed to do poster paint because this paint is see-through. It keeps you see through it, so you have to do so many different layers. Now I'm just taking my time. I'm not rushing like I was last week. By next year, Miss Princess is probably going to be into another character. Or at least she'll always have this art piece I did for her. Or Mama did for her. Or, once I do, I'm the legally blind artist, which means one day I'm going to lose my eyesight once my cornea ruptures. So I will have some artwork. Grandbaby will have some artwork from Grandma, But, hopefully that don't stop me because I am going to require a cornea transplant. So if I'm able to get that transplant, then I should be able to still see. But y'all know these hands going to bed. Either way it go, let's not chance it. Let's just go and get them home. Like, don't nobody want to chance no more with his life. It's time to come home. Free the innocent. Hashtag free Marcello. Hashtag free the innocent. That's one of my Facebook friends. Her husband's wrongfully convicted. She uses that hashtag. Hashtag free the innocent. Hashtag Purple Heart. Was it Purple Heart Union? Something like that. Purple Union. I'm sorry. Not Purple Heart. I think it's Purple Union. Prison reform now. We ain't got time to keep waiting. Wait till next session. Wait till next session. Wait till next session. Girl, when? Change is way past due. How we gonna keep waiting? While we waiting, innocent people are behind those bars suffering. While we waiting on all this criminal justice reform and prison reform. We got our innocent being treated inhumanely. And those that are serving their time for crimes they did commit, you still don't have the right to treat them inhumanely. Even if you pass judgment and say that they are the throwaways of society, they shouldn't have did what they did. They're still human beings, and they're in there, better believe, serving their time. They're paying for whatever they did or didn't do. Marcello's paying a debt he don't owe, but they all paying a debt. Prison ain't no ways easy, and no ways humane. That's what Corey Miller was trying to bring attention to, the inhumane. That was what his whole hunger strike was about. The inhumane circumstances in DOC in Louisiana. But I would just say, I would like to chalk it up to DOCs in America, period. I ain't heard of no good prisons in America like that. There could be some, but I ain't heard of them. Actually, they're rehabilitating people, getting them ready for society to come back out and be a part of society and not committing crimes in society. That's where education comes hand in hand with rehabilitation, so they do not reoffend. And who do they reoffend against? Those who live in a community. Where do you live? Most likely you live in a community. So if you want to stop and cut down some of this crime, we would like to rehabilitate those. We would love to prevent. Prevention is better than anything. We would love to spend our money in places that can prevent youngsters from turning to crime. Prevent youngsters from being out in the street. Prevent. But they don't want to do that either. So, and I would reckon it's because prisons is a business. It's a big business. All right, guys. I'm going to stop here because if I don't, y'all already know I'm going to be running. That's because part-time, like I used to say, a single mother by day, super rapping woman by night. Well, now, I'm no longer a single mother, I'm a single grandmother, helping raise our grandchild. But I'm an artist by night and an employee by day. Very hard to be both. But until I can make it on my own, making my own living, making enough to support myself, I gotta squeeze in my art somewhere. So I squeeze it in late nights. And in the morning, still gotta return to work. All right, guys. It ain't looking that cute right now, but girl, I'll show you when it's done. All right, I'm gonna dump my paint because this will get hard. I'm gonna dump my paint back into my bottle. Run Money her phone back so she can get up for her work shift. Yeah, this color is too dark a shade for Gracie. Gracie's not that dark. Gracie, her mama now ain't that dark. And then it's a depiction of Money and Princess and Money are not that dark, which is not nothing wrong with, girl. The melanin is beautiful. I love melanated peoples. Love my melanated peoples. I love all peoples though, to be honest. But I'm proud of my people. Proud to be melanated. But I'm just want to do the correct shade of melanation. That's the whole thing with Marcello. He's losing his melanin. And it's driving him crazy. He got vitiligo. All right, guys. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. It's your girl, Cadillac. Remember, follow your dreams and get to it today, because you don't know how long it's going to take you, girl.